Hey guys, Toast here. First, I'd like to say a big thanks to those of you who commented on my last video regarding the upcoming move. I honestly expected most people to abandon the channel given the fact that things may change a little bit, so suffice to say that I was really thankful that many of you were very supportive of this, and there was really only a minimal subscriber loss from that video. With that out of the way, today I'd like to talk a little bit about the new Parabellum light machine gun and its overall place within the game. I'll be doing a full weapon review as per usual, however at this point I've only unlocked the low weight variant, and wanted to talk a bit about the community's reception to the weapon and my feelings on it so far, and then once I've unlocked both variants and had some time to really dive into the stats on Synthic, I'll start diving into the actual weapon reviews for all of the In the Name of the Tsar weapons. Now first off, let's talk a little bit about the unlock requirements, particularly for the low weight variant, since this has been a topic of interest within the community. The low weight variant requires that you get 20 airburst mortar kills, which isn't terribly difficult to achieve, but then, and this is the requirement that's been getting attention, you have to destroy 2 planes with light machine guns. Some people have said that this isn't hard, that this is really easy to do, etc. However, in reality there's a lot of luck associated with getting this particular challenge done, and it's the luck factor that, in my opinion, makes this requirement frustrating. Speaking from the fact that it took me about 5 hours of game time actively trying to get this achievement, and having a friend who managed to complete the achievement in his first game trying within about 10 minutes, people's experiences will vary. For reference, my friend who got the achievement finished quickly happened to finish off 2 planes that I had done virtually all the damage to between AA and light machine guns, and then he got the last hit on both of them. This happened to be my experience for hours, where I would do substantial damage to planes and someone else would manage to get the last hit, and frankly it was frustrating as hell. But enough about the annoying to some, easy to others unlock achievement. How is the gun itself? Well, I think it can be pretty well summed up by the multiple posts and comments I've read about it, ranging from people saying that this gun is amazing and that it's the Hellriegel for the support class, to others saying that this weapon is completely uncontrollable and the spread is far too high. Frankly, the fact that we're seeing posts on both extremes to me says that the weapon is actually in a pretty good place, though I will say there's one factor that I'll talk about shortly that I believe is throwing the weapon off. The weapon obviously has an extremely high rate of fire for an LMG at 700 rounds per minute, destroying even the BAR by a full 100 rounds per minute with the same maximum damage, so suffice to say that the weapon can pack a punch, particularly at close range. But that's not to say that the weapon is without its weaknesses. It has by far the highest horizontal recoil, making controlling the weapon when not bipoded very challenging, and the reload time is also the longest by far at a full 6 seconds, which, considering how frequently you'll be reloading thanks to the high rate of fire, means that you'll be having to go through this long reload more than you would prefer. The weapon has some pretty abysmal hipfire spread and ADS spread while moving, so it's really best while standing still and aiming down sight, which isn't conducive to a close-range playstyle that the very high recoil and rate of fire cater to. Now with that said, there's one defining feature of this weapon that other weapons have, which while having an impact on other weapons, has what I would consider to be the highest impact on this weapon, which is the bipod. The bipod is really what takes this weapon from being what I would consider otherwise balanced to somewhat unbalanced. Because the bipod decreases both recoil and spread, which are the 2 counterbalancing factors for this LMG that offset the benefits, coupled with the fact that it has by and large the highest damage output, really fast muzzle velocity, and high minimum damage, this turns the weapon into an extremely formidable option at both medium and long range while bipoded, in addition to being an extremely powerful weapon at close range when not bipoded. This, in my personal opinion, throws the balance of the weapon off kilter enough that it warrants some change. To be completely honest, I think that the only change that really needs to take place is that the weapon needs to have the bipod removed, and again I'm speaking solely of the low weight variant at this point since I haven't had the opportunity to play with the suppressive variant yet, and I feel that this would allow the weapon to continue to be an absolute powerhouse at close range, still potentially viable at mid-range if you can learn to control the high recoil and fire in bursts, and very ineffective at long range. I doubt we'll see this particular change since all low-weight variants in the game have bipods, so I'm curious to see if DICE will be making any changes to the weapon, and if so, how they're going to go about doing it. Now for those of you who have unlocked the weapon already and had time to play with it, what are your thoughts on it? Do you feel like the weapon is perhaps a bit too viable in its current form? Do you think that it's perfect the way it is? Or do you think it's not good enough? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.